Hello punters, welcome to Locked In. We've had 1 week hiatus and we are back rip roaring, ready to go. I've got DJC, Hildo's back. Nick, we've brought you in, mate. We're about to hit the Queensland Carnival. This just must be like Christmas time for you.
It is, mate. Exactly like Christmas time. You're right. The best, I think it's about 8 weeks. I think it's one of the longest carnivals in Australia. So you've got to love it. Takes a toll on the bank account and the liver, but here we are.
Not if you're back on winners, mate. That's what we do on this show.
That's right.
What about you, Hildo? We haven't seen you. You've been over west just winning quokkas.
Oh, mate, I've always said the quokka's my favourite small marsupial animal. I love quokkas.
You have said that for years, so it's just right
yeah.
you won that race. So
it was great to win it. No, it was an amazing experience. They did an amazing job. It was so different, but so good. Just the setup of Ascot, it's completely different to anything. It wasn't like a Melbourne Carnival or a Sydney Carnival. It was completely different, but it was still, in my eyes, just as good. The experience was just as amazing. I mean, we did win, so it probably makes it a lot better. But the whole day, you knew you were in a big race. It was all about the big race, and everyone was there coming and seeing the horses and things like that. So it was a great experience, and they did a great job of promoting it with the Western Trilogy and having the dog race and the trot race, and those syndicate guys, the Ram Racing that bought Overpass, they made it something special as well. Like there was 40 blokes in that syndicate. They all wore cowboy hats and cowboy shirts.
The outfit. How good was that?
To the races. And like for them to win it, a bunch of local footy mates or whatever they were, was just was unreal. And to experience something like that, it was pretty special.
Björn was talking post race about that ownership group, and I've never known Björn to kind of shy away from a night out or anything like that, and even he had a small look of fear in his eyes on how big a night.
He was definitely scared. Yeah, there's a number of guys in there that were bigger than him, and a few actually from not too far down the road from where he's from in New Zealand. So
really?
He was a little bit scared, but he backed up and went out with them the next day as well. He went out to lunch with them. So he didn't get home.
A long lunch.
Yeah, he didn't get home from Perth until probably Wednesday or something. So
he's a very smart man, Bjorn. I think the days before the race, he was out doing the family things at the zoo with the kids and stuff like that. So I think he was getting that out of the way so he could put his bender shorts on.
Did he have the family over there?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Andrew and the kids went, and then after we won the quokka, they spent the next 3 hours trying to find a babysitter for the rest of the afternoon and evening.
For the rest of the week.
Yeah, pretty much. So, no, it was an unreal experience, and he's actually the perfect sort of trainer to win a race like that or be over there. He really engaged with everyone. He was just high-fiving people and having beers with everyone, and he loved it just as much as they did being a part of it. So he's sort of the
that's him
perfect
to
ambassador.
a T, though. Like he gives so much of himself, and I think that's why people want to have horses with him, because I think people. I don't know. I reckon there'd be more people out there saying, I want a horse with Björn more so than I want a horse with Waller, because they'll never meet Waller. They'll get an email with maybe from a racing manager or a stable rep, and maybe have an email signature at the bottom of it from Waller and things like that. But, we've owned horses with Björn, and we've had a beer with him on the day, or, sat with him and talked to him about it. He's very, very approachable, and he definitely gives plenty to his owners.
Wears his heart on his sleeve.
That's the thing with him too. It's a selling point for him, but it does come as a detriment to him sometimes too, because a lot of people see him as the larrikin who, just wants to have a good time and things like that. When you see the business side of him at work, who's cranky and doesn't want to talk, and is the first one in the tower, and he's the first one getting his horse on the grass, and he's very efficient, and he's got one of the best business structures you've ever sort of seen. That's the side that people don't realise, and sometimes would find it very surprising. But no, he took Western Australia in his stride, and he's already planning next year's trip. And the next day he sent me races over there for the pinnacles at the end of the year that he wants to go back for. So
he's going to stamp his mark on WA.
Be a satellite stable in Perth.
Oh yeah.
And it was great. Like the camaraderie and stuff was over there was good, because Simon Miller's very similar to Björn, so it was great to see Björn and Simon. I think there was a picture of on the first night where Simon had Björn in a headlock. So like they're so alike. It's not funny.
Similar,
And then for those two to sort of fight out the finish was pretty fitting, considering Simon put us up and looked after us all week while we were there.
Stick that up your ass. Oh, far out. No, it was great. We were all we'd had a bit of a day here, and then I think we were all at home separately watching it, but all in the group chat, and we were all pumped, absolutely pumped for it. So we were very, very glad and excited for you. And yeah, like I said, you guys have had a huge month, very successful month. So well done to you, mate. There was was a lot of praise going your way from a lot of people we know within the industry. So well done, mate. But Nick, what are we sinking our teeth in for people that aren't as familiar to Queensland Winter Carnival? Where do we start? Well, obviously we start this week, but what's the setup? What's our Group 1s? What's our main races? What are we thinking? What would inform the folks?
Yeah, well, I guess this is the first day of what they call Stradbroke season. So it's all eyes on the Stradbroke, which I think might be around like the 11th or 12th of June this year. You got the Victory Stakes this weekend, which we'll get to, but that's sort of your 2 weeks out from the Doomben 10,000, your main sprint race, I guess. Yep. And then the Queensland Guineas, that's towards your derbies. So, yeah, we've got the Stradbroke, the Tats Tiara for the fillies and mares at the end of the carnival, your Derby and your Oaks, which Hildo, no doubt you'll be up here for the Oaks a little bit later in next month, or early June, I think it is this year. So, yeah, there's plenty of good racing and plenty of good horses this year. I think Giga Kick's locked in to come up here. We've got Volana and Aft Cabin, I think Cascadian for the Godolphin team, they're all up here. So, looking forward to it, mate.
It's always fun, the Winter Carnival. Always fun. It really is.
Carnival.
So, we're trying to get some stuff in the works. We'll give you guys kind of a bit of a sneak peek, but we're hoping to do a bit of a cross collab with Mugs Punting, the boys that basically own Queensland racing.
Mug Punter?
No, Mug Punting. Mug hasn't come back on. But yeah, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. We're looking about doing a little cross collab punters club for. What were we going to do it for? Was it it's a
Derby Day?
Derby Day, yeah. With the two Group 1s.
Yeah, so 4 weeks from Saturday.
Yeah, so do a big live stream and things like that. So, Hilda, if you're around, you have to pop in.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully have a few raiders up there. Overpass is sort of online now, or on track for the Doomben 10,000 probably. Goodwood is also a chance with him, but hopefully he may head up there for that. Shades of Rose will probably head towards Tatsiara, and they've got Race on Swimming heading towards the Oaks, and then maybe a few fringe dwellers. So good little team to head up north for the winter.
Where are you going to come up here for a chunk, or are you just going to come up here for the days?
No, I reckon we'll be back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back and forth as much as we can, I'd say.
Quick question: Who books your flights? Because you are, for someone that is so organised in actual management of a stable, outside of that, you are the most unorganised person I've ever met in my entire existence. So does someone now look after your flights and accommodation and things like that, or we're going to see you rolled up in Nick's swag here at HQ?
A lovely lady in the office, Angela, who's like a mother to me. She books flights, cars, motels, just because. Bern actually flipped it one day and he was like, I haven't seen your receipts for one of the trips. I was like, oh, well, Ange booked it and that. He's like, well, why don't you fucking grow up and do it yourself? Right, okay. I thought that's what she was there for.
She's like, no, I don't even work here. I actually don't work here. I'm just helping you out because you need so much help.
Yeah, in fairness, coming home from West Australia was actually a day before booking, because he did say that I'll come over on the Friday, and he said you might need to come back because we had 25 triallers and a few runners. And thankfully, once he got there, we sort of got involved and got in the moment. He's just like, I'll just stay now, but I had to rush and get a flight home because there was nothing to come.
Oh shit! It would have been great there. So I'm looking forward to seeing you up here, Winter Carnival. We're looking forward to rip into it, but we will start with 4 races tonight. We're going to Sandown Hillside for the anniversary Vase. And then we're going to head to Morpheville for the Australasian Oaks, and then we're going to finish it off with the 2 main races up at Eagle Farm. So for anyone that's new to this show, it is 40. These blokes get 45 seconds to convince myself, and I'm working on behalf of you, the punters. They have to convince us to have their bet. So each pundit gets their 45 seconds. We lock in a winner, and then they're the bets we're having. So let's get into it. We'll start with the anniversary race at Sandown at the hillside, race 9 over 1,400 metres, a listed race. Our current favourite is... let me just sort this market out. I've just had a bit of I wanted to get an update on the price. So Cardinal Gem is currently $3.50 with TopSport. Mega Mia $7 with Bet365. Lady of Honour $8. Cherry Tortoni $9. The rest at double figure odds. DJC, open up the account, open up the shoulders, and tell us why we are following you in at the anniversary race.
Well, boys, I'm actually going with an old favourite here in Cherry Tortoni.
Oh, yeah, that's what I like to hear.
It returns from a spell of over 250 days, pretty similar to the spells I go through. Finished off last campaign jumping fave. I think it was in the Mildura Cup, but it was, touch disappointing there. Previous preps, this was toe-to-toe with Mr. Brightside, Gentleman Roy, among other pretty decent horses. It is a horse that needs a bit of luck. It does like to settle in the back half of the field. But if it's at its best on Saturday and lets down like it has in the past in that big Sandown straight, I think it'll be in the finish. Cherry on top.
It does need to be rolling, and it does need lots of luck, but I do love that horse. All right, Hildo, who are you liking in the anniversary Vase?
Firstly, where did you find this race? Were you just throwing darts at the race calendar or something?
Nick, we don't have to do 4 races.
What is this? Is this a Chaminda Vase? I'm like, what is this? This is... I understand why you found it hard to find the market, because literally they wouldn't have a favourite, because I don't think anybody can win this race.
There might be no winner.
There will be no winner. It is one of the worst races I've seen, and it was hard to do. I have landed on Bermudez, Mike Moroney's horse, because
with absolute confidence too.
It's got the strangest setup. It went back to an 1,100 metre race at Geelong, a 500,000 or 1,100 metre race in between, first up, and then he's going straight to 14 now. Looking at its form, it's got form around Uncle Bryn, Banker's Choice, a Tissue, Regal Line. I don't mind the form around it. Don't like any other horse in the race, or even like this one, but I'm going to put it on top.
All right, Nick. That is aimed solely at you, Nick, because you've come up with these races, and he's just snuck the anniversary Vase in.
I thought it was Sam.
He must have. You must have one up your sleeve then, Nick. If this is made the cut. He's had this thing lined up for the anniversary Vase for weeks. Tell us, what is it?
Well, if I found one, I hope Hildo's on the right path, because I'm with him. But,
hey, there we go.
This was Hildo's right. It had 2 really quiet jump outs at Flemington, and just was held together the whole way, and then went to that country discovery, they call it, first up over the 1,100. That was after last prep, where he went around behind a Tissue in that and Banker's Choice in the Ballarat Cup at 2,000. But he had the... What did he have? I think he had the 6th best 400 of the 200 of the meeting, and then just really peaked on his run late. So I think there's a bit of improvement. Gets to a big track, 1,400, big ticks up his sleeve. So yeah, Bermudez at about $13. Get it on.
Beauty.
Bermudez.
That's why I chose it.
Yep. You're having a bet in the race now.
It wasn't.
You were planning on watching Sky Central all day, but you'll be watching Sandown.
Someone will run into Hildo. Someone will run into Hildo on Friday and go, "You got anything for the weekend?" Actually, I've got something.
Found this one.
You've got to lock it in. It's got to be locked in.
Without a doubt, we're going with it. We're locking Nick in though, because just a little bit more confidence around. All right, let me get this market up. Sorry, gents, but we are heading to Morphettville. Geez, lots been going on in South Australia lately. They had the gather round in the AFL. They've had Live Golf, which looked absolutely brilliant. And now they've got the Australasian Oaks this weekend, which is the 9th race of the day, 2,000 metres, Group 1 down there. Our current Oh, look at this market. So Arts is the favourite as we speak on Wednesday night at $6.75. She's Fit $7. Affair $7. Jenny Lala $8. Party Princess 11s. There's a lot of horses here I've never ever heard of. So DJC, steer us in the right direction, mate.
Yeah, look, another bludger of a race, to be honest. But I'm going with the Western Australian horse here, boys. She's Fit. Last start, I thought it ran really, really well in the Group 2 Derby, but was just probably no match for Awesome John, who obviously done that big run down the outside. Won the 2 starts before that well, including the Group 3 Western Australian Oaks. Has had a little freshen up, so I think it's going to be ready to go. We get Willow in the saddle, who's going to have to obviously work a bit of his magic from barrier 16, but I think if he can land in a good spot early, it'll definitely be in the finish. She's fit, and she's hopefully on top.
She's fit, absolutely. Okay, she's fit. Hildo. So running into this one with confidence?
Oh, another outstanding edition of Australasian racing. This effort, I'm completely just wiped the race and went with the Sydney form Arts. Like, I don't love the sort of the. I actually don't think she runs 2400 of the Oaks. Back to the 2000, I'm pretty pleased about, and it was actually a decent run in the Oaks. And I'm just banking on that 99% of this field wouldn't be allowed to run in an ATC Oaks, let alone only get beat 7 lengths. So I think that she should be far superior to these, and I think class will just get her through.
I think last time we had you on the show, you were talking about her run from the week prior. Is that about right?
After she ran going into the Oaks, and so I thought she was okay in the Oaks, but just probably doesn't run 2400. But as I said, this is a long way from an ATC Oaks.
Yeah.
All right, Nicky boy, what do you got?
One at 50s for us here.
Here we go.
Horse 12, Proscenium Arch for Froggy Newitt and Trent Busselton and Natalie Young. They won this race 12 months ago with Glyn of Silver off an identical backup. I think they went 14, 16, 16, 2000. She's gone 14, 14, 15, 2000. She had the best last 200 of the meeting last start at 1500. She's just crying out for a trip. Last prep, she started $3 favourite against Virtuous Circle at the Valley. He ran second in a Sydney Derby. This is the first time she gets to 2000, so I just think she's just got stay written all over her. So on top at 50s.
You reckon they've hacked the Australasian Oaks? They just know
I reckon
what to do.
They've got the passwords and the blueprint, and yep. There'll never be another successful trainer win a Group 1 Australasian Oaks. It'll just be Busselton Young.
Trent Busselton sitting there. Natalie, I figured it out. We've made it. I figured it out how we win the Australasian Oaks every year from here on in. That's
right. Laugh about it, but at, what are we at? 4:43 on Saturday afternoon. Up we go, Trent Busselton.
50 to 1s. Hildo, I know you haven't ran into a lot of confidence, but I'm with you. I think the Sydney form, I really want to see what this horse did, because it has been quite, it was impressive, that run leading into the Oaks. So we're going to lock in Arts, guys. And if a 51, and it's good because I'm not here Saturday in the office, so if the 50 to 1 shot wins, I won't have Nick sticking it in my face.
Just quietly, boys, too. Pikey just won the last at Ascot.
Oh, well,
got him.
Death taxes and wins the last.
Got the multi.
You had your multi going?
Yep, $378.
Oh, fat payout. Absolutely.
Going to buy a new pair of R.M. Williams of that.
Oh, yeah, you need to
might need a bit more, I reckon.
Might need a little bit more than that.
Find another $2 shot and have the $378 on it.
Double that.
What are you buying, a second hand pair?
Who am I kidding? I'm gonna punt it again.
Yeah, well, got to chase them boots. The RMs.
Is that how much they are? Fucking $800.
Oh, they're astronomical.
$650 or something, yeah.
They're $650. Mine, because I got fat feet. Mine are customs, and I got them through someone I know at RM, and I think I still paid like $780 for them, like with a heavy discount. So some of them,
I reckon I bought them 10, 15 years ago for work when I was in the pub scene. I paid about $400 for them. They lasted about 3 weeks behind the bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
gone.
All the grog spilling everywhere. It would have been just yuck.
Eat through the leather. These things can handle the farms, but they can't handle the places in, can they?
Yeah. Well, actually, Actually, I got rolled and someone took them from behind the bar. But anyway.
Oh, did they?
No.
Someone still in your boots.
He's still got them. They're still perfectly
They're
fine.
last. They're great. He wrote in. He said they're still going strong.
Awesome.
They're a good investment, especially like just a plain black shoe. If you need a good black pair of boots instead of. I feel like every race day, or you get a good pair of black, or you get a pair of black boots, and the soul starts to kick off, or you dance a little bit too hard at a wedding or something like that. But I don't know. They seem to last. But yeah,
Go and see the guys at Rydalmere at Sydney Wide Discounts for a good pair of
Sure
irons.
pair.
Yeah. Paddle will do anything. He will literally do anything, whatever you need. He'll be loving that you're representing on the show with the.
Well, it's
Sydney Wide
the
Discounts.
major sponsor. We had to get a bit of sort of signage up. So
Yeah, negotiations are coming up for the next
Yeah.
12
When he
months.
Yeah, exactly.
welcome to the Sydney Wide Discount locked in.
Yeah, he'd love that. He actually went and got our exact hats because he loves them so much with Sydney Wide Discounts. So I'm waiting for one of them now. Okay, this is a really, really good race in my opinion. I'm looking forward to it. It's the 8th race at Eagle Farm, over 1,200 metres, the Group 2 Victory Stakes. Private Eye is the favourite at $2.50. Rothfire $6.50. King of Sparta $7.60. A Case of You and Prince of Boom at the $8.50 mark. Palele 11s, Baller 21, Holyfield $23, and Dragon Leap at $46. DJC, who wins the Victory Stakes?
Yeah, look, I'm with Rothfire here, fellas. Money looks to have already come for it. $9 into about $6.50. Mate, thought he was awesome first up last start. Finished second behind the stablemate Prince of Boom. But if you look at the weights in here, we meet Prince of Boom a lot better. He loves Eagle Farm, winning 5 times from 10 starts. Fingers crossed he can lead from barrier 9 and be hard to catch. Really like Nash on board as well. He hasn't ridden it before, but I think Nash likes to ride really aggressively, and I think that could be really what Rothfire needs. I'm scared stiff of the import. I think it's its second start. What's that one, Nick? You'll know what it's called.
A Case of You.
Yeah, that
It was good run first up.
not sure what that could bring to it, but yeah, Rothfire on top, boys.
Oh, he's just snuck in too. DJC's been getting George to time him at home again. Just getting that 45 seconds. Even asking Nick for a little bit of a lane and getting in the 45 seconds.
I should have held off a little bit longer.
Oh, what is that?
what
in
is
for?
that? It was cool.
Let me look. Just hold on a second. All right, Hildo, what about the Victory Stakes? You got something for us?
Yeah, I think if the real Private Eye turns up, it's going to be extremely hard to beat. But I'm going to go. I've not been stoked with his trials. I don't like horses that have a really poor run or bad experience where he got hammered up the fence. He had excuses in that I wish I win race, but off a horrible track. And I just don't like trying to pick him up again. Joe Pride, if anyone can do it, he probably can. But I'm going to go against him and go with Palele Fresh here. 2 starts at the track, 2 seconds, goes well fresh or off a little bit of a freshen up. And I'm happy to be with it, just banking on the fact that maybe Private Eye might not, or the real Private Eye might not be there.
Plainly carrying $11. Will that market open up? There's got to be a bit of money to. Yeah, it opened at 9s and it seemed to have fell away a little bit. But yeah, I had good success last year up here, so this could be the Godolphin horse that they're kind of looking to get some wins with up here. But yeah, I quite like that, Hilda. Geez, Hilda might clean sweep tonight. All right, Nick, come on. We're in Queensland. This is it. This is you. We're all looking to you, mate. Give it to us.
Yeah, well, I think only 2 horses need to go into the quaddie. I think Hildo's nailed one of them, Palele and Private Eye. I think if, like Hildo said, if the real Private Eye does come, and I think he will, I don't think they'll see which way he goes in the straight, to be completely honest. I've got him best of the day at Brisbane. 4th in the Newmarket. He was in the worst part of the track that day behind In Secret, I Wish I Win, Lofty Strike, and then last start just forget he ever went around. He's had 3 goes at Eagle Farm. He won the Queensland Guineas 2 years ago. He ran 2nd in the Stradbroke last year and was only beaten 2 lengths in a Kingsford Smith Cup. So he gets conditions to suit. Weight for age perfect. He'll win.
Oh, it's a tough one. Hildo's saying if the right Private Eye turns up, it wins. But there's always that chance it doesn't. Nick's the Queensland guy. He's kicking us off with the fucking even money shot to just get us revved up for the $2.50. Sorry, $2.50. Look, I'm Oh, Hilda, is that someone trying to get your attention, Hilda?
Oh, yeah.
Rachel's
Put
home.
the ball away.
Rachel's trying to get Hilda's attention. It's his
Put the
dinner
ball
time.
away, Rach.
that-
You just got home.
Did you bring a quokka back from Western Australia?
I've got one here, yeah.
The winning trainer gets one.
You get
to bring
a
home.
Yeah.
Look, you know what? I'm going to go with Hilda again. We're going to lock in Paul Ale.
Oh, Lily.
Could be some potentially. All right, we got the Queensland Guineas. I'm just going to update this market again. Okay. So, Queensland Guineas, 1,600 metres, Group 2, later on in the day, about 4:23 in the afternoon. So it'll be nice and toasty. Everyone looking for that last winner at Eagle Farm. And we're going to be looking at you, Nick. So make sure, feel free to pull apart the other guys' selections here as well, just to say, yep, no, can't win.
Yeah, well, this is an open race though, so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's brimming with confidence. So,
Oh, mate.
Kovalika is $2.40. Fortune Teller $5. The Vase $7. Rolls out. Brosman's out there at $14. It's a big old race, and like you said, it seems like a very, very open race. DJC, you haven't got one locked in tonight. Is this your opportunity? Convince me. Who are we going in the Queensland Guineas?
Tell you what, I've locked in a couple of passion fruit martinis just quietly. Look, I think Nash can go race to race here. I really like Kovalika. Was super first prep, winning its last 4 races. I think the last one it won before its break was the Grand Prix Stakes before going for a spell. First up this campaign, he contested the South Pacific Classic, where he was, I think, second or third last coming into the turn and absolutely powered home down the outside to almost jag second. The extra fitness, extra chip should suit. He's going to, settle towards the rear and look to motor down the outside again. Kovalika on top, boys.
Kovalika sneaks in. You're fucking 100% timing these.
Well,
You are 100%.
We've worked
You are
out that
timing
45 seconds works out to about 22 and a half pumps. So, it's
Don't tell me you're pumping while you're giving us tips.
it's always that half one that kills me.
All right, Hilda, Queensland Guineas, go.
I was surprised that Nick said that this was an open race because I found it very straightforward. I think Nick's got his Queensland eyes on and he gives a few of those runners half a chance, but I can't find anything that's... I don't think anything beats Kovalika. I will say I feel that... What's the 4 horse? Brosnan, I think, is the best horse in the race and has the best form in the race. Like I said before with Private Eye, I just don't like coming into horses that have had a very poor run or a poor experience and then going back to trials and having to sort of set up again or pick up again. So I'm going with Kovalika. There's form lines around. Perfect Thought ran straight past Perfect Thought in that race. Perfect Thought's got form around the fortune teller.
Yes, I wasn't sure we were going to get a buzzer.
I was only getting warmed up too, heaps ago. I don't time mine.
It's like having Zamet on the show.
Now I don't do what DJC does and go, and keep going. Oh, but
Keep talking over the buzzer.
Go on with it, mate. Keep going.
Okay, Kovalika, we get it. All right,
Hildo, I'll pick up from where you left off. He went straight past Perfect Thought last start in the 5th fastest last 200 of the meeting. Only Dubai Honor, Mwanga, Never Talk and Spangler came home quicker than him. He's crying out for the mile. He'll win the Queensland Derby. I've been saying that for 6 months, so nothing's changing there. When I said it was an open race, I just thought if there was going to be a chink in his armour, maybe second up 1600 could be it when you've got some out-and-out milers like Perfect Thought, Brosnan. Wytack was pretty stiff in his first Australian start, and he's only just been beaten by Prowess at a mile over in New Zealand, so that's good form. But yeah, Kovalika, he's clearly on top. Yeah.
So when you said it's an open race, you actually meant that all 3 of us would just go with the favourite.
Yeah.
Short, low to high. Yeah, okay. Well, it's
Yeah,
open race.
pretty much. It was like you could like Hildo said, Brosnan you can make a case for. Like there's 4 or 5 at $15, $20 that you could be with if you wanted to be against the favourite, but geez, he's hard to beat.
Could be a very thin quaddie on. At Brisbane on the weekend.
I think mine's $24 for 100%, and I'm probably gonna get that down by Saturday.
Oh, I'll tell you what, penthouse or the shit house. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I guess, lock in Kovalika and, Nick, being your first, big show for your Queensland Carnival, I'm going to have to give the locked into DJC so we can go out of here and say that you didn't get one locked in, which is always good. I even get the Bermudez, it went to Hildo anyway because,
The Chiminda Vase.
Yeah, it was very the Chiminda Vase.
The Chiminda Vase.
Oh, very good. Well, that's it, gentlemen. Good luck this weekend. I hope you all find plenty of success on the punt. You two listeners. Great episode. Looking forward to this carnival, and hopefully we can announce what we're doing for a punters club this weekend this week for the winter carnival. Hilda, you got anything for us this weekend?
Bermudez.
2-year-old. Bermudez. No, we got. I think we've got good chances. Horse in Sydney, Thunderlips, 2-year-old in Sydney. Although he's a very progressive horse, he's actually blown, which I was surprised. It's an okay race, but I think he's definitely worth a bet at $15. And for people that want to get a bank before the weekend, La Roupe will be extremely hard to beat at Wyong tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can you give us a push for? Can you give us a push for what's it called? Line of Law in the Delrello. I ended up putting it on top.
Yeah,
It looks like she looks like she's come back. Like just watching her first few starts last prep compared to a trial, she looks like she's come back a bigger, stronger filly. Looks like she's got a bit more more racing manners now.
Yeah, 100% she has, and that's exactly what we're banking on, is that she's stronger, because she showed ability last time. She just probably wasn't mentally or physically strong enough to run out a really strong 1,000 or 1,100 or something like that. She's definitely stronger. The only thing the negatives I found about her was just, I noticed today that everything in front of her is the best 2-year-old form you can have this season, with horses like Facile and Bank de Blanc and Cylinder and stuff like that.
Lane. Yeah.
But then everything behind her is absolute dog shit. So like she's sort of been the link between the really good ones and the bad ones. And I was just sort of like, it was the only sort of negative. Is like, oh, it's really good because she's got close to some really good ones, but then all she's really beaten is some very ordinary ones.
Yeah, is she not the best of the best, or is she the best of the worst?
That's kind of it. But I definitely think she's improved. Dylan gave her glowing reports from her trial the other day. Look, if she happens to not go to Queensland and goes around at Muswellbrook in the 2-year-old fillies and mares race on Friday, she'll be extremely hard to beat. And I think they're betting 250 or 260 or something at the moment, which is probably...
is that the same race that Chevron's in at Muswellbrook?
No, it's in the boys, I think.
Oh, yeah, rightio. Yeah. I hope they go there instead of Sydney on Saturday, because it'll win it.
What about Ida?
She's a good chance. She's going well. She's fit. She probably didn't handle the real heavy track at Orange the other day. So she's a decent chance too. So
Barrier 2, I think, should be good.
Yes. She gets an economical run, which she needs.
Nice.
Very good. Any other questions for Hilda?
Any other horses you want to ask about?
Mate, just let me know when that Optimo Ballerina's running again. What a win. A win.
It won the last at Bathurst.
Mate, I don't care. If you win the last at Bathurst, you end up not being a fuckwit clown.
I tell you what, we were leading into that race at Bathurst. We were 0-3, and I thought we'd be 3 from 3, and she'd be the only one that'd get beat. So
Get beat.
the day was not going well.
Wow, what a good read on the day, Hilda.
Exactly.
What about is anyone going to be backing Frumos first up with J-Mac on board?
No.
Nah, you couldn't.
No.
You couldn't.
I reckon DJC will.
I'll be back.
He's already on.
One of the big. I've got a double.
One of those hoax questions.
I've got Frumos. A little double. Frumos into Democracy Manifest.
What is this now? 20 questions or something? Is this a question and answer show?
We weren't on last week, so I missed you guys.
We're open for Q&A for 45 minutes now.
Yeah,
I might have to get Hilda on tongue-tied tomorrow.
What kind of dog toy was that?
We should wrap it up. Nick's left. Nick's actually left. So.
Nick's turning the fan on because he started sweating.
I got to play touch.
Oh yeah, it's
He's
two.
got to get ready.
That's why the early call.
I got
thank you, boys.
Minutes.
Good luck tonight, Nick. I hope you score a meat pie. I can just see you darting down the wing with your big legs, hairy legs, just shooting down the wing.
Yeah,
So,
bit of a
good luck,
step.
punters, and have a great weekend. See you guys.
See you guys. Bye.